I'm gonna just quickly show how to make a MOGRT out of this lower third that I just kludged together quickly without a lot of forethought. So let me get a graph editor and just basically explain quickly what's going on here. I have these layers that are revealing the lower third. When I say these layers, what I mean is this layer on the bottom, the mat. And let's go back a little bit just to show how the mat is revealing the layers as it just as a simple slide down, a position move down. And the layers that are all tied to it are the 4 layers that make up the top font and background and bottom font and background. These ones right here. These are all tied to the mat, to these just the square shape. This is an alpha mat in this case. It's being used for its transparency, or its transparency is being imposed on these 4 layers. And I changed the default setting from just a straight alpha mat to an inverted alpha mat because this is what it looked like as it was right by default. It was wiping it off, and I want it wiped on, so I'm just going to invert these. And so when it goes down, it reveals them. On the right side here, I have this Bima logo just quickly zooming in. I'll just scrub the timeline. I'm not happy with how it looks underneath. I put a blend mode on here that makes it, for one frame, kind of shiny. You can't even see it. But it zooms in really fast, and then it just cuts off when the layer is over. So this is what it looks like all together. Let's go to the beginning of the timeline. Function left arrow on a laptop, which I'm at. I'm going to turn off these guides that I used to design this, and then just hit playback. And then that's it. And then we'll take that off, and that just disappears. So that's just what we have to work with making MOGRT. Let me save this. So I'm going to go up here and say Window, Essential Graphics. And this one actually I already have set up, which is fine. I'm running out of battery on this computer, so this is pretty good. And I did want to add a property to it, but here's a few things. The primary comp it is using is this Akibaba. It should be Alibaba. Alkibaba. I guess I gotta change it. Let me just see if I can change it real quick. Hit return. Okay, now it's Alibaba. And now it changed it here as well. So Alibaba is the primary comp. I'm naming the whole LT, the lower third, Alibaba LT. If you hit this button, it shows you all the properties that you could choose. And then you can close them again. This is a good poster time that I want. Poster time gives you a thumbnail. So if I wanted it to show like the Bima logo coming in or being overlaid, I could say set this poster time and it updates to that. But usually you want something that's going to give a clear indication of what it's going to look like at the end. I've already taken the properties that I want for my text, which are, let me change the top. Let me just say, it's all Rockwell. I think Rockwell might not go. I just turned that into bold. That's fine. We'll use the font here. That's fine. I hit these properties to enable custom fonts, size adjustment, and faux styles just for this exercise. These are the ones that I've kept for the top and for the bottom as well. These are the settings. And I have these from, let me just demonstrate, Alibaba is here, text is here. So if I just manually open these disclosure, here's the property that I have, source text. And I guess it's already in there once, so it can't be used again. Let me take it out of this one. Will I get rid of it? Yes. So the bottom text I just got rid of. I'm just going to include it again just so you can see. text, source text. And I'm going to drag this onto this folder. This is a group. And right here it has the text that's in there right now. And I'm going to hit Edit Properties. And I'm going to enable custom font selection, font size, and faux styles. Now, it's not something to enable automatically all the time. It depends on what kind of an environment you're working with somebody else, or you yourself want to constrain yourself as the editor. But in this case, I want to give these options. And then I was missing something here. I have the fill color for the background, the stroke color for the background, and the size. I don't know, will this adjust? Yeah, see, you can get a preview of what it's going to look like. I'm going to go back to its default. But one thing I wanted to add was opacity. So I'm going to go to the bottom background. Actually, let's do the top background first. Hit T, opacity, drag this up to the top background. And now I have the opacity. I want to bring it down to the bottom. And now I have this option to fade this all the way out or keep this solid. And I'll do that same thing for the bottom background, and then we're done. And we're going to export this and look at this in, go to transform here. I think you might be able to find this setting here this is probably a better place, not the whole layer, but find it in the properties for the shape layer. Here's opacity, and I'm going to bring this in here as well. So this is rectangle opacity versus top background opacity, the whole layer. Let me get rid of this and put the correct one in here. Top. So either one would work in this case. So not transform, but rectangle, transform properties for the rectangle only, opacity. And bringing this up to top background and bringing it down to the bottom. And then here, I'm bringing this one down to the bottom as well. Okay, just to keep things organized. All right, we are pretty much ready to go here. Have the properties for the text, the bottom text. Oh, there's one thing I need to do also is include this asset, which is the Bima logo. The only thing that's not native to, I'm just going to drag this in here. And it's identified here, set thumbnail. Yeah, that's fine. And I think this is going to be fine as is. We'll try it out. I haven't worked a lot with images, but so what I need to do to finish this is I'm going to do a command S save, and then I'm going to export this motion graphic. It's going to go to my local on this MacBook templates folder. I'm going to say, okay, store it there. This file already exists. Okay, then let me do this number 2 with logo. All right, Alibaba LT or Alibaba LT with logo is what I'm calling it. Command S, export this local templates folder. Okay, there's a warning about the font. That's fine. Done. Exported locally. I could have also chosen desktop or a folder. Just share it with an assignment, for example. Let's go over here to Premiere. All right, I have a whole bunch of stuff open from working in Premiere before, but let's take a look here in the Essential Graphics panel. Now this is called Alibaba, and it should be in my local templates folder, so I'm going to do Ali. I guess I do Alibaba. Oh, no stars. Okay, so here's Alibaba with logo. This is the one I just made. And it's bringing over the graphics from the Bima. And let's zoom into that timeline. And imagine there's the background here. We can even put on the, where is it? Trying to find the safe, the title safe and the action safe. So turn that on and then just play this back. We might need to render. Okay, there it is. We have our lower thirds. Ooh, not sure about that end. I might have to edit that. So I hope that made sense. That's Andy's there. I hope that made sense and maybe filled in some gaps that remained. And let me know if you have questions. All right.